All right, good afternoon, campers, food forest friends, and foes. Let's do another little video. It's a little bit long overdue, but it's good because the winter was harsh and everything died. But it has come back with a vengeance. The nutrients have been digested into the ground and returned with a glory like no other. Let's take a look. I planted a new Barbados cherry here. There's the row of potted plants on the left, and some overgrown roses need some tending. Over here I've got a couple papaya in pots, lemongrass, etc. This row is turmeric and different varieties of ginger, and behind that are loquats. Everything is just booming, absolutely booming. Over here we've got a male papaya, and here this is the pineapple patch with lots and lots of pineapples. Every time, Sam's Club has pineapples for $2.50. Please, somebody explain to me the logistics. How does this work? They've got businessmen that are outpacing Elon Musk with their ability to provide pineapples for $2.50. My gosh, I don't know how they ship it. It's amazing. And then I went to Home Depot and they have a pineapple plant for $18. It's like, well, here I get a free pineapple with my pineapple plant. Usually takes about 18 months for a pineapple to be to produce from one of these pineapple plants. This row on the left is Mexican tree spinach and Mexican sunflower. Chaya is the Mexican tree spinach, and Mexican sunflower is Tithonia diversifolia. Makes a pretty flower. It very dense biomass. Chop and drop. Makes a good little hedge during the summer. Let's go into the thick of it. This is a pomegranate. I haven't got a pomegranate from this one yet, but I've got another pomegranate tree where I have received a fruit. I planted a peach here. Something, I guess turmeric, some sort of, I don't know, somebody tell me. Grapes, mulberry, Calmundin. That's a Jaboticaba, a wall of cactus that are edible. You can eat those pads on them. The olive is looking fantastic. Citrus here, that's a key lime behind the wall of cactus. Angel's trumpet, another citrus. I planted another peach here. These are all grapes. A banana circle, and between the two towering trees, which it's cool because vines are growing up these towering trees, including I've got a Seminole pumpkin, which is growing up one of the palm trees. through this little tunnel here, we've got moringa flanking either side. Really highly nutrient dense. Kind of tastes like horseradish. And I'm gonna go out here. More Mexican tree spinach. And man, it is really filling in. This is my mailbox. It's covered in a lot of it now. I mean, a lot of it is grape. Yeah, grapes growing. Get tons and tons of grapes. They're an advanced grape, pretty sour, a lot of seeds. Not for kids, they would hate these grapes, but they're an advanced grape. If you want something to do and there's nothing else to eat one of these grapes. But outside of the house, outside of the yard I think it looks cool. That is certainly up to interpretation. This all took about 4.5 years to grow. 4.5 years. It was just a yard, like this one on the right. It was almost identical to this one on the right. The palm trees were there, obviously, but now I've got this. Planted a bunch of Seminole pumpkin. They're everywhere. I think it's time for me to mow my grass. More pumpkin growing along this little fence. We've got peaches here. We'll take a look from my neighbor's yard. As you can see, it's just a wall of lush greenery. Man, it is pretty cool looking. These are all persimmons. These are astringent, very astringent. You have to wait till they become jelly. Very, very ripe, jelly-like, and they're the sweetest persimmon. It's probably 10 degrees cooler in this shade. More peaches. These peaches overhang. This row here is more pumpkin. And I got a pomegranate from this tree here last year. I had one, and I mean, this tree is really growing well. We've got grapes that come up this pole next to a fig. Pink oleander, citrus cocktail tree. I think it's an oriental pear. By the way, I get tons of peaches from these peach trees. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of peaches. They're not very big. They're about this big, which is about half the size of a normal peach, but I get hundreds of them, and they're called a Florida Prince peach. It's another pear tree. On the ground, we have Seminole pumpkin, as well as a sweet potato. You can eat the leaves on the vines. I oftentimes will just pick leaves off, or you can pick the leaves off. The new leaves are the best. Eat them as is, or you can saute them. I think they're similar to Chinese broccoli. As far as how they taste, I don't know if they're related. I doubt it. Maybe way back. Cambrian explosion. We're all linked. Got a banana. That one's not doing too well. I don't think we're going to get any bananas from that rack. And then this banana, also, I'm getting 3 epic bananas from that rack. I put all of my compost in here. It's just filled with compost in the middle. There's another rack back there with probably 10 bananas on it. So not the most prolific or productive. But we'll take it. This is that Mexican tree spinach here, another little clumping. Here we have Calamundin, which is, it grows to be the size of a kumquat, so about the size of a quarter, and it's orange, and it tastes like a lime. Very sour. Great for soups, great for anywhere you would put lime. Spanish food, Spanish dishes, South American, Mexican food. There's a cocktail tree. Here's a lemon tree with just dozens of lemons on it. These plants here, which I've intentionally neglected to memorize the names of because they don't produce fruit. These have a second benefit, which is attracting hummingbirds. So we just see hummingbirds show up outside of the window. This is a hibiscus. I like this tree a lot. These cool orange flowers. Another row here of pinecone ginger. Shampoo ginger. Smells so good, like ginger. And you just put it in your hair. I mean, if it's raining outside, I come out here with my shirt off and treat the neighbors to a little show. No, I just come out here when it's raining and use this as like soap. Put it in my hair, and it's a way for me to reconnect with nature whenever I feel like I've been displaced. Walking back through. A lot cooler back here. We've got a big oak tree. Beautiful big oak tree. There's a sugar cane growing, and then a little forest of cassava. That's where yucca comes from. The root that you see in the grocery store is these long roots. Also, tapioca is made from cassava. Distinctive red stems, and these 2, 4, 6, 7 leaves, 7 petal leaves, or however you would describe that. The root grows underground. Useful, super useful. Easy to grow. You just take a cutting and you plant a node below the surface. A node is where you'll see any of these stems emerging from. Plant that under the ground, and it takes. I mean, it just it'll take off. And so I planted tons of them, just because you never know when you might have to dig up some roots. More pine cone ginger here. Pine cone ginger. And here we have this super tall banana tree with a big rack. I've got water barrels there that I haven't used yet. We get enough rain, so these are just to continue the look of a of an insane hoarder in my backyard. There's a Black Hawk helicopter flying by, presumably coming from Camp Blanding, not too far away. This is the backyard. I mulched the whole backyard. You get free mulch from the power company, especially if you see the guy driving the mulch truck and you say, "Hey, I've got $20 for you to drop that off." They do it because they're going to drop it off anyway, and $20 is $20 still. I remember when $20 would buy you 3 steak dinners and a stay at the Ramada Inn. Well, it won't do that anymore. You just get to stay at the Ramada Inn for $20 these days. Lots of bananas on these racks. Delicious bananas. And here's the hole that I built. It's a stocked bass pond. No, it's just a hole that could potentially be a pond one day, which I think I'll do eventually. Maybe we'll see. This path is great. I mean, just walking underneath these Mexican sunflowers between the bananas. Here's a big mulberry here. The first one we saw was everbearing. This is just a larger mulberry. I don't know the name of it, but makes a mulberry about that big. I planted a peach back here, more Mexican tree spinach. There's a little fig, a big mulberry. And the bags are from concrete. I poured a little walkway, and I'm going to continue that. This whole row here on the right is all loquats. The entire fence has loquats planted along it. And then there's bananas on either side, loquats, lemons on this side, tons of Mexican tree spinach, tons of Mexican sunflower. Some cleaning up to do since I'm in the middle of a construction project. Big lemons, dangerous spines. But that'll keep the local squirrels from climbing out and eating my delicious sour lemons. sunflower, sugarcane, Mexican sunflower, loquats, mulberry, all along this hedgerow here. And we're back. Thanks for watching. I'll be making the same amount of these videos. Can't promise more or less. I'm moving, but we're keeping this house. So I'll keep you updated. This project is really finally getting legs. It looks better now than it ever did. And that's how it goes. That's how it tends to progress and evolve. And so let that be encouragement to whenever you see anything that you like at Home Depot or wherever, buy it and plant it. Even if you have to plant it in your friend's yard because you don't have enough room in your yard anymore. Your neighbor will love you for it. And if you don't get along with your neighbor, then they'll just take credit for it and say, hey, wow, that olive tree that I planted is going on 3 years old and I'm so happy for it. But thanks for watching. Have a great weekend and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.